wherever you want.
Hi. I think we're just waiting on my parents here.
The yellow one.
It's a Markdale thing. Oh yeah. I figured that's what
Okay, Vic. Vic? Vic? There's a ultimate frisbee game when we're done here, eh?
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Markdale. 53 years ago, my parents, David and Penny, moved up from Toronto to start their business with the hope that they could build something to simply support their family. Never in their wildest dreams did they think Chapman's Ice Cream would be on track to become the largest single-site ice cream company in North America. Our expansion comes at a critical time for all Canadians. With the Trump administration using tariffs as a weapon of intimidation, not to mention the threats to our very sovereignty, we need to prioritize Canadian. We are not powerless in the face of these threats. From Canadians choosing anything but American products in grocery stores to refusing to travel to the USA, we have a voice and we need to use that voice. While many companies are hesitating investing in Canada, we are using our voice to lead the way with a little help from Doug Ford and his team. Today I am pleased to welcome to Chapman's Premier Doug Ford, Minister Vic Fedeli, Minister Trevor Jones, our MPPs Paul Vickers and MPP Saunderson, the Mayor of West Grey, Kevin Eccles, the CEO of Invest Ontario, Kawar Nazim, and the Grey County Warden, Andrea Metros. Sorry, Andrea, I garbled that one a little. You honor us by being here, so thank you. This is the largest building project we have ever taken on. Unlike our previous building projects, this time we are not doing it alone. I want to express my deepest gratitude to Minister Fedeli and the Invest Ontario team for their contribution to Chapman's Ice Cream. This additional funding is allowing us to build bigger and better and continue to do what we do best. While we are all feeling the effects of uncertainty in the marketplace, Chapman's plan, as always, is to stay true to our promise to Canadian consumers to make high-quality products for a reasonable price. This project allows Chapman's to fortify our position to continue doing just that. I want to take a moment to thank the two groups of people who make it possible for us to do what we do. First, the Canadian dairy farmers. As we have proven with multiple international awards, Canadian dairy is the highest quality dairy in the world. And with 98% of Canadian dairy farms being family-owned, we are proud to support Canadian farmers and Canadian families. Second are our employees across the country. The dedication and pride our employees have for what they do and who they work for is something that can be seen day in and day out. Thank you for everything you do, as the Chapman family would be nothing without you. So, what lies ahead? In the short term, we will continue our efforts to decouple our supply chain from the United States, support Canadian companies at every opportunity, and release new and exciting products for our customers. In the long term, we intend on upholding our core beliefs, making high-quality real ice cream and never-frozen dessert, continue packaging our products in traditional sizes with no downsizing, and making products that are safe for those with dietary restrictions. As the only Canadian-owned and operated national brand in Canada, we take pride in what we do, and we feel it shows through in everything we do. And now, I would like to pass the microphone to the founders of Chapman's Ice Cream, my mother and father, David and Penny Chapman. Thanks, Dad.
I'll leave the talking up to my wife as per usual, but I would just like to thank Premier Doug Ford and his administration for the encouragement and help that they've given us. So, Doug,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, David.
All
Really
the
appreciate
best.
it. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, Mother?
Oh, boy. 52 years ago, we traveled up here to Markdale to buy the old Markdale Creamery. Our only hope was to make our formula ice cream with our name on the package and hope that Canadians would pick it up and buy it from us. What a revelation that Canadians in all provinces and territories today can buy our ice cream. They make recommendations of new flavors, new products, and I read every single letter from a consumer. It's what I enjoy. This has not been a hardship. If you enjoy what you do, it's a pleasure to come in every day. Every year was not great. We had some very trying times. But what I do know is our people, our employees, our suppliers, our community stuck behind us. And never for one instant did we ever say, we're going to quit, we're going to give up, because that just was not going to happen. It took seconds for my husband to say, we're rebuilding, we're redoing this, and we wanted to do right by all our people, and so that's what we did, and they've done right by us. I am so proud to be Canadian, so proud to make a package for all Canadians, and we make the best ice cream in Canada, never mind the world.
Wonderful. Thank you, Penny.
I should have said thank you to you.
No, don't worry about it, please.
Get out of your way.
No.
Oh, I was supposed to introduce.
Oh, that's fine, Penny.
You're the
Don't
best.
worry
Don't
about
worry
it.
about it.
Don't worry about it. Thank you, Penny and Dave, for those great words and inspiration from Penny and Dave and their story that they got to tell. It's a true story and it's something to be proud of. So it is so great to be here in Markdale on the grounds of Chapman's Ice Cream. Our community is so lucky to have Chapman's as a corporate citizen. Almost everywhere in Bruce Grey Owen Sound knows someone connected to the Chapman's family or Chapman's history. Their story is quite remarkable. They started out as a family creamery in the 1970s. In 2009, the Chapman's was lost due to a fire, but they rebuilt bigger and better than ever, all while keeping their staff on the books during the global financial crisis. A few years later, they made a $1 million donation to hospice. Then, when the technology behind the mRNA COVID-19 vaccines required cold storage, Chapman stepped up once again to provide critical freezing infrastructure. Chapman's has been here for us as a community time and time again. I hope today's news reinforces the partnership our province has with them. Thank you. And now we'd like to introduce Kevin Eccles, the Mayor of West Grey.
A tremendous day, not just the weather, but for Chapman's and for our community as a whole. When Chapman's decided that they were going to rebuild, I was warden of Grey County at the time, and quite frankly, I was shocked. But knowing the Chapman's and the commitment that they have to their community, it meant a lot, certainly to our community, and even more so to the county of Grey, but to the province of Ontario. And here we are today celebrating that expansion will continue and that such great corporate sponsors that the Chapman family certainly are. Ashley, Penny, David, and what they've put into our communities. I'm very thankful for that, but I'm very thankful that I can call the Chapmans friends. And I think the Chapmans are very thankful that they can call our community friends and your great support. I'd like to say also thank you to Premier Ford and a few other individuals from his cabinet that have seen what it means to be part of rural Ontario and for their commitment of making this the best, not the most best, the best county and municipality to invest in Ontario. And we will do you proud, and I know the Chapman family have done us very proud as well too. Thank you very much, and thank you very much, Penny, David, Ashley, for staying in our community and making it a wonderful place. Congratulations. With that, I'd like to introduce, and my background, I was born and raised on a dairy farm. I'm not certain that much of the product that I produced ended up in Markdale. I think it might have ended up in Durham Creamery for a minute of this. But now I'd like to introduce the Minister of Agriculture and Food, Trevor Jones. Minister Jones. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Eccles. Hello, everybody. I'm Trevor Jones, your neighboring MPP from Chatham-Kent-Leamington, and very proud to be your Minister of Agriculture, Food, and Agribusiness. I'm proud to join Premier Ford, Minister Fedeli, my colleagues, and the entire team of Chapman's to celebrate this major investment that strengthens Ontario's agri-food sector. Today marks a very exciting chapter in the growth for Chapman's right here in Markdale. Since 1973, as you've heard, Chapman's is producing high-quality products and has been a leading employer in the community. Chapman's commitment to its workers is well known. I want to thank the company for standing by its team, its family, and supporting this community. Today's announcement is all about boosting innovation and productivity, which in turn will bring even more long-term, well-paying employment opportunities right here in this beautiful community. Ontario's powerhouse agri-food sector supports 1 in 9 jobs, myself included, in this beautiful province, and Chapman's is a big part of this. With this critical investment, Chapman's will be able to make more products available to more consumers and expand opportunities for years to come. The Chapman's name and the Chapman's brand is synonymous with high quality. And this year, they're recognized as Canada's most valued brand by the Great Canadian Brand Index right at Toronto Metropolitan University, a well-deserved honor and a very important accolade. Congratulations. To the leaders at Chapman's and the entire team, thank you for your commitment to quality, for giving back to Markdale and communities across Ontario, and for your contributions to Ontario's agribusiness success. We look forward to the positive outcomes in the years ahead and the next generation of agribusinesses. And with that, it's my pleasure to turn things over to my colleague and friend and my mentor, Ontario's Minister of Economic Development, Job Creation and Trade, Minister Vic Fedeli.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Minister Jones, and good afternoon, everybody. It's a true pleasure to be back here in Markdale to celebrate yet another landmark moment for Ontario's manufacturing sector, and what a sweet one at that. You've all heard Premier Ford speak about the Ontario spirit. It's an expression that's synonymous with resilience, grit, and determination. That spirit is what drives our government to create high-value jobs for Ontario. But it also is a story of Chapman's and their resiliency. You know, after, as you heard earlier, after the fire, we saw this company literally rise from the ashes and reinvest here in Markdale. And that was a beautiful, beautiful day to see that investment. And now, of course, we see the one that's here today that will dwarf, just absolutely dwarf that one. You've heard the story already, 50 years ago, how David and Penny took that leap of faith and started Chapman's Ice Cream. And now today, under the continued care of their son Ashley, Chapman's has grown into Canada's largest independent ice cream manufacturer, and today they're building on that success and certainly building on the rebuilding from the fire to the first building and now to this absolutely massive facility. And you heard Ashley talk about President Trump's tariffs. They take direct aim at Canada's leading industry, and they've never been more important this moment to pursue these strategic investments. And so that is why we're here today to talk about that investment. And that's exactly how we protect Ontario. So Ashley, David, and Penny, your family name is one of legacy, not only for Ontario households, but all across Canada. And today's announcement is a testament of what homegrown success, fueled by what Premier Ford calls the Ontario spirit, this this right here, this family, this is exactly what that Ontario spirit looks like. We congratulate you and the entire Chapman team once more, and thank you for trusting Ontario as your innovation partner. And it's a great honor now to be able to introduce the Premier of Ontario, Premier Doug Ford.
Well, first of all, good afternoon, everyone. It's great to be back here in Markdale alongside, as you heard, my number one salesperson, Minister Fedeli, travels around the world, attracts businesses. My other champions, Minister Jones and MPPs Vickers and Paul, you're doing a great job. He's a dairy farmer. I love our farmers. And MPP Saunderson, thank you. Your neighboring riding. And as well as Warden Matarosovs. Did I get that, Andrea? I'm taking. Okay, so I lost the bet with Vic Fedeli that I couldn't get that out. So I'm going to buy you an ice cream after this. Okay, but Andrea, great to see you, and Mayor Eccles as well, and the great team from Invest Ontario, Kawar. Thank you for bringing your whole team here. Invest Ontario, they attract businesses to come here and invest from all over the world, and this is one of the great investments that we've put forward. I want to thank the Chapman family, David and Penny and Ashley's lovely wife, Lucia. Thank you all for having us by. And I love David and Penny's story. When I was speaking to them, it reminded me of my mom and dad when they started their business, never grew to the size of this, but it's a very similar story of thousands and thousands of families that have started in their garage or a smaller place, and it's just so great, and it's exciting to be part of this announcement today. Our government has a plan to protect Ontario's workers, families, and businesses by making our province more competitive, more resilient, and more self-reliant, because we have the best workers anywhere in the world. That's Vic's and our whole team's number one selling feature. Come and invest in Ontario. We have the brightest, smartest people anywhere in the world, and everything we need right here in Ontario to build the strongest economy in the G7. Part of our plan includes investing in infrastructure that we need to support Ontario's growth and keep workers on the job. That's why we're making record investments in roads, highways, transit, hospitals, schools, and homes through our more than $200 billion plan to build Ontario. Here in Grey County, we've invested nearly $55 million to support the new Markdale Hospital, so more people have access to life-saving care close to home. We're investing more than $31 million in a new elementary school in Southgate that will welcome 735 children and include 54 licensed child care spaces. And we're investing more than $47 million in a new Catholic secondary school in Owen Sound with space for more than 1,000 students. Just this past June, Beaver Crest Community School opened just down the road. I just finished driving by. And thanks to the Chapman family, they've donated $500,000 to the school. Folks, you heard about the $1 million investment, the $500,000, and there's probably millions that they're very humble, this family, starting from nothing, that they contribute back to the community and support people. And I know their best and greatest asset are the great people standing right behind me. They're the ones who make the company roll every single day. I know that personally from having our company. So I just want to thank all the hardworking people here at Chapman's. And of course, we're funding municipal infrastructure to help get shovels in the ground faster for new homes. That includes more than $40 million to support projects across Grey County through our municipal housing infrastructure program in support of 10,000 new homes. Thanks to the leadership of Minister Fedeli, we're also laser focused on attracting investments from the world's top companies. Since 2018, Ontario's welcomed over $70 billion, with a B, $70 billion of investment, which has helped create more than 1 million new jobs. And since its launch, our Invest Ontario Fund has helped attract over $7.6 billion, creating thousands of good-paying jobs. We've cut red tape and lowered the cost of doing business by nearly $12 billion each and every single year to make it easier for businesses to invest in Ontario and support our workers and communities. You know, folks, I've been in the private sector, been in politics, our family. I can't think of any government ever. We've never raised a tax. We will never, ever raise a tax on businesses or people. We'll get revenues through growth by creating the climate and the conditions for companies to come here and invest. And those companies that invest, they're employing people that pay taxes. Their companies pay taxes. We don't have to gouge the people. That's what all governments think, is let's gouge the taxpayers again. We don't believe in gouging taxpayers. We believe in getting government out of the way, cutting red tape and regulations, putting money back into people's pockets, and that will create opportunities for people. And that's what brings us here today. As the largest employer in Markdale, Chapman's Ice Cream has been operating in Ontario for more than half a century with more than 200 world-class products made using exclusively Canadian milk. And some companies don't use Canadian milk per se. They use everything else, but this is a great company. It's a real homegrown Canadian success story supporting Ontario workers on farms and in factories. That's why it's such great news that Chapman's Ice Cream is investing over $200 million to expand their operations right here in Markdale. Way to go, that's beautiful. This expansion will allow Chapman's to increase their production space significantly and will create 200 good-paying jobs in this community. Our government is so proud to support Chapman's with $27 million in support through the Invest Ontario Fund. It's a great example of what we can accomplish when we work to cut red tape, lower the cost of doing business, and attract new investments. And we're going to keep delivering on our plan to make Ontario the best place in the G7 to invest, create jobs, and do business, because that's the best way to protect Ontario from President Trump's tariffs and anything else that comes our way. Once again, I want to thank everyone at Chapman's. I want to thank the Chapman family for their confidence and support for our workers and our province. And before I wrap up, I usually wait until after question period. I got to tell you, and I'm not BSing anyone, I eat these things every night. No, honestly, every night. So thank you to my girth. Thanks, Ashley. I appreciate it. But this guy's in shape like a racehorse, and look at me. But folks, if you haven't tried a Yukon, these are absolutely delicious. You have to go to the store and buy one. And these are the best ice cream sandwiches anywhere. But you have to try both of them. Try all their products. But I'm going to try it right now. This is absolutely delicious. My goodness. But you can start asking me questions whenever. Caramel in the middle, ice cream, chocolate, and peanuts. The best. Beautiful.
All right, well now...
And if the media is nice to me, I will give them one of these.
There you go. We'll now start taking questions. Media present can line up behind me at the microphone. As a friendly reminder, the format is one question, one follow-up. Please state your name and your outlet before your question.
How you doing?
Good, how are you? Luke Samard, CTV Barrie.
Hey, Luke. How are you?
Good, how are you? Last week, the City of Barrie declared a state of emergency due to encampments. Can I just get your initial reaction to that?
Yeah, what's happened, and I saw those weapons come out of that one tent. That's staggering. And all the VCs, and it was disgusting. But do you know who's a champion? Is Mayor Nuttall. The guy is an absolute champion. We'll be there to support him any way we can. I know we've given him quite a bit of money already for the encampments. But I'm going to go up and pay him a visit and take a look around and see how we can help him. But I'll tell you, Mayor Nuttall, champion. So he's doing an incredible job for the people of Barrie.
And just a follow-up to that would be, he did pen a letter to you earlier in the week asking you to come and visit.
Yep.
Can you confirm when he's going to come and visit, or when you will come and visit?
Hopefully I'll drive up there maybe this weekend. but I spoke to him personally. We communicate quite often, and all I can say, he's doing a great job, and he has the backbone to actually get in there and move these encampments. These encampments aren't good, I'll tell you. There's a lot of drugs happening. There was guns, there was weapons, there was bullets. It's uncalled for. So I'm glad he moved it. Not to mention, when they go to wash them outside, it's leaking into the water. That's disgusting. So, yeah, we got to fix that 100%. We'll be there to support them. Thank you.
Hi there, Spencer Galchelot, CBC News.
Hi.
The Ontario Chiefs of Police put out a statement about speed cameras. They say that speed cameras help with law enforcement efforts. What's your response to their statement?
Well, I had an opportunity to call the chief yesterday that put that letter out. He's the chair, and he's doing his job. If I go to my doctor's and I'm eating this ice cream, he'd say, Doug, stop eating ice cream. But there's better ways to slow down traffic than gouge the taxpayer. This is nothing but a tax grab, folks. I've talked to mayors offline. They've even admitted, 2 of them, yesterday. Yeah, I admit it's a tax grab, but we need money for the roads. You don't go after people. It doesn't slow traffic down. So people in the area, they learn there's a speed trap. They slow down. But how about people that are going through the community? Yeah, the whole idea is to slow the traffic, right? There's 2 ways of doing it. You punish people and you fine them. And by the way, between all the municipalities, one started and the rest caught on. They've taken hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars out of taxpayers' pockets. God knows the government gouges people enough on their taxes and every other penny they can get off them. All I'm saying is you want to slow down traffic, stay tuned. Next week, I'm going to show you. I spent 4 years in Toronto, my brother, slowing traffic. I can bring it to a halt. I can bring it below the speed limit. I can bring it to the speed limit. But they don't want to do that. They would rather get money off people, not warn the people that are driving through their community that there's a speed trap there. So if they really want to slow people down, I will show them how to slow people down. They know how to do it. They just don't want to do it. So going through school zones, 100%. We'll have the flashing lights. We'll have the signs. We can have turnabouts. We can have speed bumps. There's a million different ways to slow people down if that's truly what they want to do. Speed cameras do not slow people down that are driving through a community or driving down the road for the first time. So I'm going to teach them how to do it next week.
Second question for you. You said you were going to consult with Indigenous groups over the summer about the Ring of Fire. What has your government done so far on that particular file?
Well, I had Webquay First Nations to my house. We broke bread, had a great time. That's the last tranche. And Chief Sonny over at Airline. We're all moving forward. And there's opportunities for them that they would never, ever get in a million years if we didn't build this road to the Ring of Fire. This is about delivering better health care. Actually give them electricity. People don't understand how it is not have electricity. We're going to give them top broadband. We're going to build community centers. We're going to build hockey arenas. We're going to do great things for that community. And they are thankful. They're grateful, as we are.
This will be a last reporter.
Good afternoon, sir. Diana Martin with Farmtario. I feel a little awkward because I'm actually going to ask you about Chapman's.
Yeah.
So,
thank you. God bless you. I had to apologize to the Chapman family, and there's some good questions today. I said they're going to ask me everything, but this great investment for the people in Markdale. But thank you for this.
and I'm not sure if you are the correct person to answer this, but I'm wondering how much the expansion will benefit local dairy producers and how much it will increase the output.
Yep.
Well, at this point, the project's a little bit delayed. We were supposed to be open up in March, but it was one hell of a winter we had. Sometimes we were spending 3 days out of the week getting the snow out of the way to build for 2 days. So it looks like May, June is when we're opening up. So we couldn't take on all of the contracts that we otherwise would have if we had opened up on time. That being said, that factory is going to be busy from day one, I can guarantee you. But we're also starting to look a little farther afield. We're thinking of course, our relationship as a country seems to be getting better with the UK and the European Union. we would like to start thinking about maybe producing our products for shipments overseas. There's only so many Canadians in Canada, and we will always commit to our Canadian dairy farmers of using as much dairy as possible. But yeah, we are going to just increase our dairy usage year after year. I won't say exponentially, but it'll be significant in 2026 and even more significant in 2027.
And my follow-up is, I'm curious about the integration of new automation and how that will balance some of the labor challenges, obviously, that every industry is faced with. So could you tell me a little bit about what's planned for the new facility and how that will help workers be faster, safer, more effective?
Yeah. Well, one of the things that we have to deal with in a rural community is a lack of a workforce. Now, we pay more than anybody else, and certainly that makes sure that our HR department stays busy. But the way we look at it is this. We're starting to invest in some robotics, because let's be honest, there are some jobs that humans shouldn't do. All of the repetitive strain jobs at Chapman's, we're trying to switch out for robotics and automation. That being said, I can also guarantee you that not one single person will lose their job at Chapman's. We will just divert them to other things, such as way better suited for work for humans to do.
And that concludes our press conference.
Thank you.
Well, first of all, again, Ashley, thank you so much. Folks, don't forget to go out and try these Yukons. They're delicious. And try the ice cream sandwiches and everything else that comes with it. Incredible family, incredible town, amazing business. Go out and buy Chapman's ice cream. They're the best of the best. And may God bless the people of Ontario. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Actually, I can't even shake your hand. I'll give you a fist bump because I have ice cream all over it. The last press person, I got to import her to Toronto because she actually asked questions. Beautiful. Okay. But we did.